Today I'm going to show you how we make creamy oats in the morning that are just sweetened with fruit. So no sugar, refined sugar, just the sweet banana that makes it so creamy. So I will show you how we go about doing this. All right, so typically we use about a cup of oats. If I make a batch for my kids, I actually do now. My kids are 7 and 10, and I actually use about a cup and a half now of oats. So they each eat 3/4 of a cup or so just on their own. But my husband and I usually do closer like a good heaping cup of oats, and these are just rolled oats. Nothing fancy. We prefer them to quick oats or steel cut, but it's not to say we never use those. And then I put a good amount of just cinnamon. I don't measure anything. Good amount of cinnamon in. And then I put a little splash of vanilla. Vanilla powder would probably be a little bit healthier than the extract, but this is what we have. That actually adds a lot of flavor, and people often forget to add that. Now the trick is frozen super ripe bananas, not fresh, because fresh don't get as creamy in the microwave. There's something about frozen bananas. So I just, when these get really ripe, I enlist my 7-year-old who really likes helping in the kitchen, and he just peels mounds of bananas, and we just freeze them in these bags. I used to do individual ones, and now I just find I just throw them all in a bag, and I just peel out what I need. So I put usually about one banana worth for my husband and I. And this is just for one person usually for us, but you could do whatever size you'd like. And this adds an incredible amount of sweetness and creaminess. It gets as if there's milk in it, I think. But we just use water. We're just super lazy and don't like getting more complicated than we need to. So I'll just show you how I add the water. All right, so I forgot to say that I'm using this giant Pyrex bowl because when I microwave them, the oats, they tend to bubble up and boil up. And I found that when I do it in a regular bowl, the kind that we'll eat it out of, it is a mess in the microwave. But this one never overflows. It never overflows, even with the 1.5 cup oats batch that I make for my boys, which is much bigger. I add extra bananas for them too, just to make it even sweeter. But I'll add about twice as much water as oats. So I add about 4 of these half cups, so 2 cups of water or so. Sometimes I'll do a little more if I wanted a little runnier kind of, but this is generally what we like. I might add one more splash because they were pretty heaping cups. All right, and then we just take it over to the microwave. All right, I have a 1200 watt microwave, and I usually, with a frozen banana like that I haven't thawed at all, I'll probably put this in for about 5 or 6 minutes and then see where we're at. I wanted to show you that one way I make food prep work for us is that when I'm in the kitchen and the oatmeal is cooking right now in the microwave, I am also going to be slicing up all these apples, 1 per bag, to put in the fridge for my kids just to grab as snacks and that I could throw on the table for breakfast each morning for the next couple of days. Because we homeschool and it's just busy, and I like having things that I just pop it on the table or they grab it from the fridge, and we're good to go. I also have 2 different things cooking in the Instapot right now. Some potatoes and then my husband's starch veg mixture in another pot. So I'm always multitasking and trying to be as efficient as possible. And that's one of the tricks I have for how we can make this sustainable for us. So there are all my cut up apples. And here's the oatmeal. I gave it 5.5 minutes. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, perfect. So see how the banana really gets so that you could just literally mush it up. And that is what adds this great creaminess and the sweetness. You will be shocked at how sweet this is because you used a ripe banana. And I'm telling you, the frozen thing is the trick. Frozen and then thawed. If you use a sliced ripe banana, and ripe means like black spots or even almost overripe, like what you think of when you think of baking banana bread. That's what gives it its sweetness. When you use a fresh one, they do mush up a little bit, but it tends to stay more like almost like a separate ingredient in the oatmeal. And I just find it doesn't add nearly the sweetness and creaminess that a frozen one does. That's my trick. I'm going to go grab some frozen blueberries, and that's something we do to help cool this off and just add a little more yummy flavor and some good antioxidants and fiber and lots of good nutrients, minerals, and vitamins in there as well. I'll just go do that and show you what it looks like. So we use Walmart home delivery. It is so worth the yearly subscription to us. It comes right to our door, and we like a lot of their frozen stuff. We find to be a really good deal and pretty good quality. So we use their great value blueberries. This is the last of that bag. And I always stock up as soon as I see I'm getting low, we add it to our cart. So we're always prepared. And that is one of the biggest helps being able to stay consistent is have your fridge and your freezer and your pantry just only stocked with these really healthful foods. So you're never running out of things to eat when you're hungry. And there we go. And it turns this really lovely purple color. I'll plate it up and show you what that looks like. And there it is. Pretty color. Absolutely delicious and creamy. Sometimes I put a little sprinkle of ground flaxseed on top of that. I hope that helps you know how you can make a delicious breakfast or really any time of the day, just a good snack even, that is not sweetened with sugar and that still tastes absolutely delicious and is just great for our bodies. Healthy fuel that's also so enjoyable to eat. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe, and feel free to comment below with ways you like to keep it simple.